We made it for tournament.
Give him aces.
Welcome everyone to the final table of the Slovak Poker Championships. There we can see our seat numbers, and what a fine mix of European countries are represented. In fact, 9 different ones. Very unusual. Usually get a couple of Austrians or a couple of locals. Local favourite in seat 1 going through to seat 9, and there we see our count. We have Sweden on top. So that's Isaac Nilsson on top, Ernst Tubib and Shimon Chen from Israel, very close, along with Johnny Hofseth of Norway. So 3 right up the top there. And then a big change, quite a break. We have Mariusz from Poland with 18 big blinds, Alba Garcia from Spain, 16. Local favourite, Pavel. And then our 2 short stacks, Darko and Robert from Croatia and Hungary. Just getting the final tournament director. My name is JJ Hazan. It's a lovely sunny day here in Bratislava. Yet another amazing value tournament, 211,000 collected and some 30,000 for first place, as we can see from our payouts. First player out, just under 3,000 euros. Incredible value here at Banco. Lots more coming up. This week, in fact, we have the Olympic Gods, a new tournament. I will be playing a mixed event every day as a big no limit holder main event. But I will be playing Switten, an 8-game, and PLO 5, all sorts of wonderful things. So see some of you down there if you are around. Do put any questions in the YouTube channel. If it's something I can help with, I will respond. One thing to remember, if we get towards the end of the tournament, there are 2 or 3 players left. If they do want to make a deal, they have to keep 10% back for first place. So if there's 60,000 left between 3 players, 6,000 is held back, and then they can do a discussion, an ICM deal or any other deal around the 54,000. And here we have our first hand. So reminder, in country order: Sweden, Austria, Israel, Norway, Poland, Spain, Slovakia, Croatia, Hungary. Only missing England from a pretty good World Cup quarterfinals, if you ask me. Although I think France might be a bit aggrieved at that one. The chances of Israel and Slovakia getting there, quite short. The only girl in our field, Alba Garcia from Spain. Very welcome. Don't see many women players in Banco events, so it's very good to see. But the last female player, I believe, I commented on was the Gael, very famous Spanish sponsored player. So we have a push and a fold. Yeah, I think her name was Gael. She, one of the sponsored players from the famous French online site that evades me at the moment. I don't remember it.
We can talk about it and we can make it together. Yes, there is a break scheduled every 2 levels. So
every 2 hours we will have a 15-minute break. So we are here for the next 2 hours together. Let's see if there's any comments online so far on YouTube. You can go to the Spade Poker Global and subscribe, and then you'll be able to comment. Only subscribers can comment, just to keep a bit of control on that. We've seen that face before for sure. Big lad in seat 4. Johnny Hofseth has been on this final table a couple of times. Looks like around to the button. Love the design of this table. Really makes it comfortable for 9-handed play. You can see the large card boxes. We'll also read Omaha hands. Occasionally we get to do Omaha challenges. So this is a big jump up. A very lovely spade poker TV table. Call it the space one, I think it is. But very comfortable to play. And even seat 1 and 9 can see the other players and the other boxes and stacks. Shimon Chen. Sounds like a Asian-Israeli mix there. Good combination for poker. Johnny with a small pair, probably going to raise here.
1.3.
Quite a large raise to 1.3 million. Blind's only 153, so it's a 4x raise, protecting his small pair perhaps. Oh, Mr. Nilsson, big stare there. Isaac Nilsson from Sweden, our chip leader. But not sure about that. Sweden and Norway, of course, big battles between the two countries over many, many years. Very similar and yet also at war with each other a lot over history. Both lovely countries. So no action to speak of at the moment. Very early days, the beginning of this final. They've all done well to get here. It's very tough getting through these lower buy-in, high guarantee tournaments. A lot of poker tourists playing who, let's just be generous and say, have variable levels of ability and don't always do the things that you think they might. Get some interesting plays. You sometimes see it on the final table as well. Playable Queen 10 suited in the hijack for Mariusz from Poland. Let's see if he fancies it. No, very disciplined. Isaac. Now, I think he might regret not raising with that because they'd have been really quite far ahead. Oh, sorry, he did raise. I apologise. He's round. Okay, yeah. Sorry, he's round on seat 9. I got the wrong player. Forgive me. Yes, Mariusz did raise from his relative short stack. Min raise to 600. King 3, reasonable hand to peel here. Unless he wants to get more adventurous. Suited king. It's a definite call according to the charts, the computers, and most poker players. Both players missed. Let's see if this goes to the aggressor. Mariusz needs to fire a second bullet here, repping the ace. Good lad.
400.
May not be enough. Are you going to see Shimon peel one here? Or just decide to give up? Yep. The latter. Just didn't feel there was enough equity there to carry on, and that's Fairly reasonable decision. Good hand there for Marius, who is in our mid-table. He was on 18 bigs when we started. He's increased a couple of big blinds.
Six pass. 7 pass. 8 race all in. 9 pass. 1 pass.
You count this?
1,625,000. Two pass, 3 pass. 4 pass. 5 pass.
All in with the 9s from seat 8, and no one has a hand they can call with. Good use of a short stack there. First hand he's played as well, so I'll get double respect. And too much for anyone to call with anything under ace-9. Pretty well.
Seven pass. 8 pass. 9 pass. 1 pass. 2 pass. 3 pass. 4 pass. 5 raise. 4,150,000.
Looks like we've got very big raise by Johnny in the small blind, putting massive pressure on the big blind. Clever play, really. Just makes it so hard for the big blind to call, especially as he is a short stack. So
Not so good cards.
good show of strength by Johnny. He's a big Norwegian Viking, and feeling slightly embarrassed, I think, about that raise. And we'll see you later, Johnny. Half an hour late. Of course, we're on a half an hour delay. And the break will be in 2 hours. So everyone can have a quick look. What did Johnny have there? King what? That kind of thing.
So your beautiful face.
At least I would.
Girlfriend, yeah, sorry.
With your head, it's different.
8 pass, 9 pass, 1 pass, 2 pass, 3 pass, 4 pass, 5 raise, 625. 6 pass,
Alba with the suited king on the big blind has had a smallish raise by the serial raiser from Norway, Big Johnny, Queen 10, and I think perfectly fair call here. So we now have 1.7 million in the pot. First kind of proper contested pot we've had. 2 clubs for Alba. Gut shot draw for Johnny. Alba is going nowhere.
7 check,
She may want to
5 check,
check call or even check raise. Oh, it's a nice check behind. Now, who's going to rep the ace? Johnny raised pre-flop.
7 check,
Hasn't increased Alba's hand, but she shows the same flush draw. How's she going to play it?
425.
Certainly be calling. Is she going to raise a kind of fairly weak bet? 425. Certainly gives an opening. Problem is here, if she just calls and hits a 7 or a king, she's going to feel she's behind the ace. Oh, if she hits a king, she'll be very unlucky. It'll be a gut shot draw. As it is, her king is winning, but she won't know that. So we got 2 8s and ace, and then the king plays. Can Johnny bet her off this if she checks? Interesting options here, taking her time. I like the time. And now Johnny's going to probably give very little room to maneuver here. He's repping the ace. He raised pre-flop.
950.
And that's a good bet. That's a nice solid bet.
7 pass,
And all Alba, unfortunately, can think about is the missed flush rather than any possibility a king would count. And good play again by Johnny, showing some very good skills at this early point. Once people see his play on the live stream, that may change.
nine pass, 1 pass, 2 pass, 3 raise, 600. pass. 5 pass. Six pass. 7 pass. 8 pass. Ja, rolig her da.
Ja.
Hæ?
Ja, det
Eget
kommer,
av,
det kommer nu igång lite snart.
Ja, ja. Vi må få oss et par øl. Da. Det må vi.
Of course.
Very disciplined fold by our short stack, Darko from Croatia. He only has 3.5 big blinds, but he has a few hands in which to decide to play. Just felt Jack 10 was not quite there.
1 pass.
And luckily for him, he thought that.
2 pass.
Ernst now with a
3 raise. 600.
inviting pair of sevens, raises to 600. Reds are 500, whites are 100, and the brown or yellow ones are 25k.
5 pass.
Both aces folding, but here's kings. What very, very good discipline. The kings are going in for a very short stack and will be snapped by Ernst, and he will be an 80% favourite. By the way, he's taking his time though,
6 raise
not
all in.
giving any obvious signs he has a really big hand. Small blind will get out of the way. And then we're around to Mariusz,
9 pass.
who also folds.
And 3 call.
Snap call. He's going to see the bad news. Sevens against kings. 77%. Like I said, 80% favourite. Can he slightly more than double up? Nearly a treble up. Great fold with the Jack 10 suited against 10s. And he's so unlucky here. Top set for Ernst. So buy yourself a lottery card, my friend. Austrian National Lottery. Drawing to 2 kings now, and he is only, says 7%, it's more like 6%. Wow. And we, very unfortunate, being eliminated with kings.
He knows the
And Ernst makes a small gain in his stack at seat 3.
You are dragged on the lap of the team. Always comes.
Yeah. It's the first time that I saw this situation.
He open chest guy.
And the second time, sorry.
Two pass. 3 pass. 4 pass. 5 pass. Seven raise all in. pass. 7 pass. 8 pass. 9, raise 600.
Marius raising with the Jack 9 suited and a very attractive King 9 suited. I'd like to see a shove here from Pavel, our local player. He's getting good value with this kind of hand. And Marius, we know Marius may well fold, and if he doesn't, King 9 suited is in great spot. He's got all three options. He could fold this as well, but I really would like to see a shove with a King 9. An aggressive play
1 pass.
to look at going up the ladder, and Pavel is not me. Oh, similarly, King 7 suited for Isaac in the same suit as Marius. Plays well. Suited King should be calling according to the book. May raise.
1.2.
To raise 1.2 mil.
He has 3-bet to 1.2. Marius, who we have seen on this table, I've played against a few times. I think he final table one of the Polish poker series here in Banco. I think the King 9 was a great opportunity there for Pavel. King 7 would have got out of the way and Marius would have been in a lot of trouble whether he called or felt he had to fold. Always tricky to know these things, but King 9 very, very playable. Suited, King 9 suited especially.
Income.
Marius just looking up Isaac's 3-bet. Doesn't want to see spades. And that's a good flop for King 7. In fact, it's an excellent flop for King 7. Would have been a good flop for King 9. How's Isaac going to play it? Is he going to let Marius lead? I'll try and get some value in now. Looks very serious young man. We're going to see a bet. Probably won't be that much. 2.9, I think about 7, 8.
Bet.
Looks
600.
like it's less. 600 is the bet. 2 big blinds going in. Got a gut shot draw to a 10. So he's not folding for 1 bet. It's not a good card for either player, arguably. Gibbs makes the flush and the ace.
Check.
Can Marius take this opportunity? He's been given an open door to bet through, but decides against it. Only a bluff will win it for Marius.
Check.
The only way he can win this is by betting. If he does, what's it going to take when he decides to close down?
King 7.
Very unlikely his Jack is going to be the best hand here. Doesn't get to show though, so that's something. And a nice little pot there for Isaac. Missed opportunity for Pavel. Raise with the ace-9 from Johnny, who's one of his better holdings. Or Ernst could get in trouble here. But I think makes a nice fold with the ace-8. And we move on.
Jeg har sjelden vært på et stillere finalebord enn dette her, altså. Det er alltid noen som prater.
Vi får vara de som pratar.
Ja, vi prøver det.
Lines are up to 200, 400. Isaac min raising, but here comes Shimon with the ace-king. Should be 3-betting this. Very suave looking. Lovely hair, big sunglasses. Expensive looking shirt. Very smooth looking Mr. Chen. Just deciding on the exact amount. Looks like it's going to be a fair big raise. Looks like about 220. Sorry, 2.2 million. Yep, 2.2 million it is. And I'm afraid Mr. Nilsson will go back to Sweden with that one. Nice hand. Short stack, all in for 1.6 million. Four big blinds with the king 7. Small blind 10-9 suited, perfectly reasonable hand to call, but he does have Johnny behind him, and that's the problem he's got there. Johnny with a really bad. Doyle Brunson, the 10-2, actually folds it. So Shimon would have actually had a decent odds if he had called. Short stack, not to be knocked out, or the possibility just increases. No, doubles, almost doubles his stack. Certainly a shoving hand here for Paul, for Pavel, ace, jack. And there he goes. He didn't quite, he's kept some back. Not quite a shove. He's deliberately kept a few shekels behind. Let's see if anyone wants to have a look. Yeah. Different position. Queen Jack might have looked him up. Johnny in the small blind and King 3. So another relatively short stack gets us chips in unopposed.
Yeah, I have a king too. Suited king.
Nice hand there for Albert, picking that up with a nice 3-bet.
Okay, so ace diamond.
Exactly. Imagine. I mean, easy to think. Even you are easy to think. We already saw 7 versus kings.
Wow, we've got ace queen raising to 875 from Johnny. And Marius pushing 4 million. It's going to be very hard to fold the ace queen here against 4 million, a third of his stack. Tricky spot, and he's got a very good holding, 8-handed. Ace queen suited. He's only really losing to one hand, unfortunately. That's the hand that Marius has. Could be a lovely double up here, or he is the player at risk. If ace queen finds a way of winning, if Johnny calls. This is a tight one, really is. And he's just, I think he's getting his chips out. Getting only 3 million to call, getting almost 2 to 1 with an ace queen suited. And I think he's called. What a surprise, he says. What a shock. I'm up against ace king. And Marius from Poland looking to double up here. If he doesn't get unlucky and lose to flush or a queen straight. And then there's the king. Great card for Marius. A lot of protection now. Very little Johnny can do here. Runner, flush. Runner, flush. And there's a flush. Draw. Are we going to see a flush on the end? Any spade? No, what a horrible way of going. Hits the king and then runner flush to the lucky Viking, Johnny from Norway. Very unlucky there for Marius, finishing in 8th place. And he picks up 3.6k, 3,650 euros. And now 2 other players under the 10 big blind mark. You can see Pavel and Robert both at danger. Great pick up there for Johnny. Moves him right to the top of the leaderboard, just behind his Swedish neighbour. What a hand.
Johnny dette?
Ja.
Nu kan han.
Ja, flaks der igjen. Igjen, da.
Det behøver man ha.
Ja.
Ja.
Men jeg klarer ikke å kaste Asta med det sitt.
Nei.
Så jeg klarer ikke det.
Nei.
Ikke med. I know. But I think he's the best player on the table.
One of them, yes.
Don't think
Skönt
so.
att du tror att han drar.
Yesterday was hard.
Too many risks.
It was like 4 levels that it was hard to beat him. Like it was hammer time.
He always inflated
I
the
beat
pot.
him
He always
3
went
times
big.
when
Really
Well, you were in the right side.
Yeah.
he lose.
And it was a moment like 4
Were
levels that...
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Then you start.
Select me.
Then
No.
you leave.
You 5,
No, I was lucky again.
you 5, 6, 8, 20. 20.
99.
The only lucky one that I was with him was myself. Ace jack, sixes. Ace jack.
In flop.
Six
6
in
on
the
the
river.
river.
I was
Nice.
like... Bueno, that gives me the life in the tournament.
running good. Every tournament become.
So you didn't tell me yesterday. How old are you?
Like you, 6 months older.
Yeah,
Yeah, or I'm not.
53.
You born 53.
Not 73.
Yeah.
53.
73. Born.
Okay.
You?
The one born in the 60s, 69.
2 years you can play super seniors in Vegas. It's bad for Norwegian because taxes. I played 3 years ago seniors event. I was probably one of the youngest players in this style. There were 8,800 entries in one game.
And you? Which place?
I made day 3 become but 50 place, something like that.
This time it's Alba with the King Queen. I'm sure we're going to see. Wow, again. People don't like King Queen on this table. Short stack behind, though, has got the Snowman. Pair of eights, Chinese aces, and it all goes in for sure. We will not see Pavel putting any chips in with ace three. 3 to get through. Well, 3 to call to double up. Possible hand to call here, but trouble is his position. He's got 2 players behind him. Certainly the right hand to call. Oh, he's going to raise. So it's just a call. And I don't think we'll see Shimon. It's a nice hand, it's an interesting hand, but not good enough to call 3-way. So we go to a flop, pair of eights, at risk to ace 9 of our chip leader Isaac from Sweden. Sweden against Hungary. There's your King Queen, Alba. There's your King Queen. Come on, girl. That's, I don't understand all this folding with King Queen. Eights still holding, but a gut shot draw to the jack for Isaac. And that's no good. Eights double up. Well done, young man. Mr. From Poland, sorry, from Hungary. Robert Debreceni, something like that. Here's a banner for the Epic Bet Club Championships coming up in September. First one here at Banco, and local player used to be Mr. Coolbet. Now Mr. Epic Bet will be leading that. Regular winner of the Ladies Championship here at Banco, one of the regular weekly or monthly rather tournaments. Sven Olef. Lots and lots of value. Do check out bancocasino.sk. Get through to the language on the top right that fits you and look at events, and you will see amazing array of tournaments coming up here at Banco. This time Pavel is going to shove with ace queen. Just like keeping a few behind. Oh, okay. It's this certain way. I don't know why. I'm not quite sure of the logic. Please tell me on the stream if you know why some players just keep a few chips behind when it's not a satellite. Satellites, I do understand why. But maybe it's just a kind of superstition. I don't think there's any poker logic to it. But if someone knows, please tell me. Johnny with 3-2. Showing he can't really call with it, which is fair enough. Shimon raising with the 10-9 offsuit on the blind though, and getting it through because no one had anything. Risky raise there with a pan, but he hasn't had much action. Mayfield, he just needs to get back into the game, just kickstart his ascent towards this trophy and 30,000 euros.
You have a chip there. I don't know if you know it.
Thank you. Nice.
Pavel with 8s this time, making a smaller raise, half his stack, 1.7 million. Almost a stronger raise, really. Not quite sure what Shimon is doing, except taking our TV time up. And 3.8 million now for Albus. She's gone down a bit in proportion to the blinds. Mariusz, no way. Sorry, Robert, no way he can call with the 9-3. Pavel gradually riding the ladder.
Really?
And here we see our stacks. So we see 2 at the top, very closely followed by Shimon and Ernst. Pavel, though, just above the safety zone, and 2 under that 10 big blind mark. Alba from Spain, Robert from Hungary. Basically, one move with one move each with that kind of holding, that kind of stack size. Lots of very weak holdings coming around. Big Johnny doesn't worry about his cards, and this time he's got a reasonable holding in the cutoff with Ace Jack. And we're going to see a raise. Robert will be folding just the big blind to get through.
You like my big blind? No, it's a bit.
Like everybody's big.
Yeah, but
Yes. They are more shiny.
And the best hand and raise gets through.
Nå må du begynne å jazze litt grann opp her. Du er så trøtt i dag.
nej, jag har inte.
Hæ? Må få i deg mer øl nå, altså.
Jag vill bara så liksom.
Mm.
Är det ingen sån?
Jo, det er bare å spørre, så kommer de med en gang.
What language was it? I would bet Norwegian, not Sweden. What? Sweden?
Swedish and Norwegian.
Yeah, I know, but what language was it?
Both.
Oh, he speaks Norwegian, I speak Swedish. Okay, but now.
Ace 8 suited folded there. Strong holding, but unfortunately wrong position. Lots of chat going on in our feature table room. Short stack's got to be careful. Here's our local favourite, Pavel. Only Slovakian on this final table. I like that. Just gives him the chips. Here we are, Isaac. Take my chips. Even gives them to him. Very, very gentlemanly, shall we say. And then we see our leaderboard again. Seeing lots of leaderboards. 3 players. Alba, our soul lady on the table, is now under 10 big blinds. This final table is probably not going to last too long. Another 2 or 3 hours, and I think we will probably find a winner. And straight into the brand new partner to Banco Casino, the Olympic Gods. I will be playing all week. Hopefully I will become an Olympic God if they have that as a trophy in any of the mixed tournaments I'll be playing. Very much looking forward to that. Do comment on YouTube. You have to subscribe to the Spade Poker Global. There's quite a few of you now watching. Welcome all.
800. Pass.
Here's Big Johnny, the Viking from Norway, raising min raise to 800. Short stacks will certainly be folding anything but a premium. This is an interesting one for Isaac. Ace 5 suited, very playable in the small blind against an aggressor. I think he's just called though. It's out of position, so call is a tricky one there. It's a kind of questionable play because if he doesn't hit, he's vulnerable out of position.
He was with his partner.
See what happens.
The young, check, you know?
Thank you.
Bet.
He was in the middle, 95, and he was 6-2.
Open the door for Johnny to bet on this very dry board. Queen 6-2, no suits,
18 or 9.
any pairs winning, and our chip leader Isaac protects his stack. He's no longer our chip leader. Johnny is now our chip leader.
Close to flooded.
So
He busted last hand.
that's a bit of a change there. There is our God's Poker Olympus Poker Festival coming up this week. Sponsors like Betwin and Olibet from Scandinavia. Nice mix of Hold'em events and interesting mixed events like 8 games, Svitten, PLO5, all thrown in, and also a nice mystery bounty. Looking forward to playing rather than talking about playing.
Here comes the walk.
There's a very playable hand, but can Robert click the cock the gun? He cannot do that. Like 10-7 suited. It plays pretty well, and people are quite surprised if they do call you. However, more traditional King 10 raised the blind by Isaac. Looks like a very organized player, shall we say. How is Ernst from Austria going to play his pair? Lots of ways of playing it, including folding. But in this case, he wants to have a look, and I think that's a sensible choice at the moment. Can afford it. Reassess on the flop. And our suave Shimon Chen from Israel will fold. I bet that's like an Armani top or something, isn't it? It's out of my price range, but I bet that's something like expensive. King 9-8, and it's Isaac that's hit best. He's hit top pair. Ernst 3 overcards in front of him. Not going to go too far except the bin. We'll see a raise and we'll see a fold.
Bet 600 and pass.
Fint å ha disse to mellomstore stakkene mellom oss, da.
Ja,
Angriper deg fra hver sin side her.
det
Ja,
er,
det er good.
det er nog lite mer spel så.
Jeg er jævlig heldig med posisjoner med alle de største stakkene foran meg, da.
Ja.
Spännande.
Ja, det är dåligt när man hamnar så.
Mm.
Ja, det är tråkigt när man hamnar...
Ja, du sitter i en drittposisjon egentlig, da.
ja, jag har ju er efter mig. Det är det man är lite...
Raise all in. Pass. Pass.
Fair all in with the ace-10 suited by Alba. Strong hand to push with, even under the gun.
It's only four hands I would call you with.
Going to take quite a big hand, and Johnny has not got that hand. And we'll respect the raise both from the player and the fact that she's a lady. Some male poker players just give women players a bit of a extra 10% or whatever, that they're not always have a strong hand, and a good female poker player will absolutely play on that and bluff accordingly.
I call him anyway. But the H-Jack had
So
been
you
enough,
didn't
but
say you didn't do your work.
yeah, Jack hit the table.
And yeah, they screen.
Ace queen, yeah.
I remember.
Should have folded.
This time it's a rather short stack with a very strong holding. It'll be going in 3.3 million. He really wants to get a call with this because he needs to double up. He can't stay short stack the whole game. Wants someone with ace queen or ace jack suited, or maybe king queen, although king queen has been folded 3 times on this table already. This is a different one. This is a fair fold. The other one's rather odd folds.
Let's see.
Is Alba going to look him up with king jack?
Let us say yes.
It's right on the line, you know. right on the line. Once to get a count, it'll be 3/4 of her stack, and she'll be left with 1,000,000 two blinds, and it's just probably not, just erring on the fold here. Probably not strong enough to call. It really is right on the line, this one. Oh, flexing the fingers. A little ducky in front of her, and I think that's the right play. Well done, Alba. Not because we saw the cards, but because of the cost to her and the likelihood of her being ahead was quite small, really. The range Robert would have here was ace, king, ace, queen, king, queen, possibly king, jack suited, pair, any pair from 5 upwards. So she'd have been struggling to be ahead and would have had to get very lucky.
Jacks, huh? Jacks or 10? No?
You will see next week.
Aces?
Kan look at the stream.
No?
Ace 10. Better? And then I was right. If we get a cooler. Already the 2 busters was cooler, by the way.
Yeah, it was really.
Pass. Pass, pass. Raise 900.
It's interesting. Shimon raising with a 10-6 suited in the cutoff. He's folded hands like king, queen in position, and then been raising with this kind of hand, and he's about to find he's in a world of pain as Robert shoves with his ace, queen, and 3.5 million.
Nej, men gånger 7. Du trebettar med gånger 7.
Ja, det gjorde jag.
Och träff dobbel till lopp. Ja.
Tänkte han öppnar marknaden för knappt.
Ja, ja. Tur du var bak i treflapp.
Jag skulle förmodligen kanske
And on our screen, the SM Live Swedish tournaments. Some only you have to be Swedish to play. Some of the major tournament events, and then about 3/4 of the event are open to all. Great event. All the Scandies down for that one. They'll be drinking a lot of beer in Bratislava. Queen Jack for Ernst, and he folds again. A very playable King 10 suited in the hijack. Raises with 10-6 suited and folds King 9 suited, which is a little bit strange. Johnny showing him how to do it. Did a variable mid hand of Queen 9 offsuit. Raising in the cutoff, hoping to get it through the blinds. And I think he will. Pavel going nowhere with King 7. Bit of Hollywood there. One for the cameras.
Sorry.
I prefer queens, not jacks.
Jack of diamond out of game. Go this hand.
Alba now under pressure with 3.8 million. That's under 10 big blinds, as is Robert, who's successfully doubled up twice. Pavel now our short stack. He won't make a move with Queen 2. Isaac just takes down an uncontested pot. He'll show the ace.
I
No,
really
he's
have
not
to
showing
try,
the ace. Okay.
at least I can feel
But he might do a bit of advertising there.
the fear effect of the stacks. I'm always a short player. I mean, I can move in short effect, but it's really good to see. Like,
You always have stack without good call with anything. So you
I
must
mean,
close. No,
really less than four.
8, 9, big blind.
Yes. Let's see.
It's enough.
Of course, yesterday it was 2 levels in 5 blinds.
How does Shimon like the suited low connectors? Very simply, he doesn't. I do like a 6-4 or a 5-2, 5-3 suited. You raise with it, you're repping a high card, you know where you are. If you hit a flop, you can win a big pot. And if you miss, you can still represent the ace X. So I prefer raising with that than ace 9, ace 10, to be honest. Most of these players are... Wow, Pavel, you've woken up, son. King 6 offsuit. Let's hope for your sake you don't find one of the blinds with stacks with a hand. Oh my god, look, Isaac looks very keen.
Million essence to this. Call. Big blind pot.
Wow, a premium. He's woken up with kings. Poor Pavel is literally drawing dead.
Still have some chips.
I mean, he would need some kind of heart combo. He's made a move at the wrong time. He has kept chips back though, which has been every time he's made a play. Isaac just called as well. And that's top pair for Pavel.
Blind bet.
Yeah, top pair for Pavel and top trips for Isaac. It's good night to our local hero.
I think you have luck for chop.
Very, very unlucky there, but to be honest, slightly out of character to make. He suited earlier, should have been a good play, and he probably would have got it through. And he raises with king 6 or suit. So there you go, full house for Isaac and Pavel. He's already gone. He's left the room.
This is the one that he needs to extremely jump for.
Yes.
Like a king. How is this game? My goodness. Only one king to put him in a really smiley light. Okay.
So you wouldn't believe it, huh?
I believe it.
You believe it all the time.
I believe it always.
Good.
And he was nothing to lose and everything to win, like I said. No?
Yesterday.
No, you were less
almost
short
proved-
than this guy, by the way. You
I
were the
know
second, no?
I
Right?
know that.
So you were
He wants to.
no, really, really close. By the way.
He has 6.
Bueno, official, then you get better. I mean, it was a very big surprise that they allowed us to have 2 levels.
And there is our leaderboard.
It was a really
4,500 for Pavel for his work, and we are now down to 6 players. Here's our 2 short stacks. Beauty and the Beast. Of course, I'm calling Robert Beauty and Alba the Beast. Bit of reverse stuff going on here.
Finally,
Isaac still counting his chips. Hasn't got time to play a hand.
Okay, you decided.
only one card is good.
And we haven't been blind for number 34, 1 million, half million, half million.
Mamy еще będzie, jest to będzie beczka. Big one, beczka.
I mean, officially we will start on this level, so they gave us a small surprise. There was coming with 8.5 blind and a half blind.
Yeah.
I know always a lot of guys from Israel.
Yeah, yeah.
Before, you know, you've been to Vienna to the Israeli Poker League before?
Vienna?
Yeah, there was every year 2 times the Israeli Poker Tour.
No.
Not be this one.
Always fun. Always fun.
Okay, it's fine.
Pass.
You know about
I'm
yeah.
double up, by the way. At least I need my chance to double, and then let's see. Last.
Pass. Wait, please.
I apologize. I was trying like the messenger.
Small blind raise. 1,300,000. Big blind pass.
Shimon with a pair of jacks. Gets it through.
I want to ask something to Johnny, and I saw that you were moving. Like you can walk me if you
I
want.
get. Yeah. They have. I believe you. No, I'm not.
Yeah, no, I
You
believe.
can say, you know.
No, I believe. Pass.
Raise.
Wow.
1.5.
I have to.
Pass. Small blind pass. And big blind pass.
Isaac with a nice ace queen raise in the hijack, putting pressure on the short stacks with limited holdings. You can see there both Robert and Alba on the 10 and 5 big blind mark. Couple on the 20, and then Isaac well out in front with Johnny the Viking following.
Have some friends here.
Nice looking King 7 suited, but I think we'll see fold, and we see another Queen suited fold. But Johnny with ace 8 and the button will certainly be raising. He's going to find Alba. Yep, great call here with ace 6 suited, except she just happens to be behind. Nothing wrong with the play. We are mano a mano, or Johnny at Alba. Mano a famo? Don't know where that's going. Don't worry about it. Alba at risk with the suited ace. 50-50s here, depending on the flop. Could see some chops. Great flop for ace-6 suited for Alba. Ace-8 technically ahead, but I think we'd all want the ace-6 suited hand. And the 8 leading. Now, any club. That's it. No, can't. The 6 and the ace are gone. Only a club now. And we lose Alba, unfortunately, in 5th place. She still picks up a very nice package in return for a very small buy-in here at Banco Casino. Our sole Spanish competitor and our sole female one is out in 6th place. Well played, madam. Five left. Alba picks up 5.7k, 5,700 euros. Fantastic return for this tournament.
Raise 1.1.
Support in the chat for both Vikings, our Swedish one, and our Norwegian one. This time Shimon with a very playable ace-jack suited. And has raised. Can't see Isaac doing too much with Jack 5 offsuit. Probably just see a fold here. Got to respect that raise. Wow, I don't like this. It's just not a hand to defend with. And even though he can afford it, you've got to be super careful with your chips in my book. And what is he looking to hit with Jack 5 offsuit? Plus he's out of position. I think this is an error that a lot of players make. They have a stack, they think they can afford it, they put it in, and that's not a good board for Jack 5 offsuit. So I think we'll see Shimon doing a C-bet here, although it might have gone check. That's a fairly safe card for ace high with no bet against you, but it can just check, and that's nice. I like that. Nothing wrong with that. It could well check down. Isaac not looking to put more chips in. Could make a play, but looks a bit too conservative for that. Shimon showing the winning hand.
Raise 1,050,000.
A raise there to 1.5 million by Johnny with the ace 5 suited in the cutoff. nice hand, five-handed. Of course, as we go from 9 or 8-handed table down to 4-5, these kind of suited connected hands are a lot stronger. Ernst thinking about defending and does defend with 9-5 suited. Well, he may feel he's live here. Doesn't want to hit a 5. Pretty good flop for 9-5 suited. Also not a bad flop for ace-5. So a lovely gut shot draw with the upper draw. Wow! 8 of clubs, so 2 clubs now for Ernst. Should look at making a bet here. He's got the flush draw, he's got the straight draw.
Bet 1.5.
Repping the board. And Johnny, ace-5 only. Tricky spot. Not going to like this. He's got no spades. He's got a gut shot draw that may not even be good. We know it won't be, but he doesn't. And he's got the ace. I think he may have to fold this. Just not got enough of the board. Good bet by Ernst. Takes it down.
Good luck.
Thank you. And beer.
Nu snackar vi.
Ja, ja. I Canada hemma var få eller. Betalt for 2 med en gang, sånn at
Jeg har 10.
det er ikke feil.
Johnny with a queen 10 min raise. An attractive looking 10-9 suited, but he'll be in trouble against queen 10. For his sake, good fold. But Isaac with a premium. Cowboys, pair of cowboys. Kings on the button. Makes the... Oh, sneaky boy. Making the call. No wonder Sweden and Norway have had battles. Get this kind of behavior. Very sneaky. Just calling on the button with kings. And there's no way Johnny can put him on a premium hand here. Neither player hit, but the king's well ahead. I'll put him a conversation. Good recognition by Johnny. He was being trapped there. So well played, both players, I'd say.
Ja, men du skal nok trebette der og få med av det. For det er for skummelt det å gi gratis. Coming there. vært bedre enn meg hele veien. Ja, thank you.
Johnny raising with a queen 10, and his Scandinavian oppo calling with the ace 7. Johnny in position. Definitely going to be c-betting this, having raised. This will tell us a lot about both players. How strong does Isaac feel against the kind of aggression that Johnny, the Viking, is showing? Trying to work out what kind of hand he could have. Trouble is, there's also split pot possibilities, but his spade is a 7, not an ace. I think in the end he's going to end up folding. And he does. Good play by Johnny. That's quite significant, I think, in the possible heads-up battle between these two players.
It's a nice game between you.
Yeah.
You know, he took 1 million, give it to you back. And
You should see yesterday.
I saw it.
It was...
Crazy.
yeah.
We were changing strikes like 10
He
times.
was down in 5 million.
You
Yeah.
was the only player in
5 players left, 30k up top.
the last.
The Slovak Poker Championships final.
Yes.
Always a popular event here. Banco Masters coming up soon. Swedish Masters. And this week, a new entrant to Banco, the Olympus Gods. Johnny raising again with King 10. Oh, this is interesting. Isaac calling with Jack 7 suited. And Johnny giving him a smile and a smile back. I think these two recognise. And that is a bottom pair for Isaac. Not a lot for Johnny. I think they recognise that they are the likely heads-up players, the two strongest players on the table. Isaac going to lead at this. Don't love this, even though he's hit bottom pair, but Johnny immediately folds. Not want to waste time there, so that worked. Well done, Isaac. Beautiful looking hand for Isaac with the aces, but unfortunately no one has any hand to defend with.
Huh? Raketen.
raised by Isaac, but a very, very solid, well, almost too tight fold with ace jack. And a pair as well. What is going on here? Do these guys not want to win this tournament? Seven five in a beautiful position here for Johnny against Jack 9 with no flush draw. Is Isaac going to continue this? He's really got no equity at all. Just drawing to an 8 and preferably not a heart.
I can smell a heart. Perhaps.
So asking, I think, whether he's got a heart or not. And makes the right fold.
Two pair. 7-5 in diamonds. Fair enough. Yeah, it was. I don't want any more cards on the table.
Isaac now under the gun. Big chip lead, 26 million. Decides against making a move with King 8 offsuit, which I think is wise. Only 9.5 million now for our Israeli. And this is the difference. Shoving with any two cards against a short stack who has so much more chances of having a weaker hand, even though Jack 6 is right down the scale. Takes an awful lot to call all in with 9-4 offsuit. See what he does. He probably thinks he's live, so he has value to call with at least 40%. In fact, he's got about 34%. But he only has 1.7 million, just over 3 big blinds, and decides on the fold. Tricky spot, but 9-4 suited is not a hand to go to war with.
It's 10 million. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So 5.
Johnny raising on the button with ace 6 suited. All in with the ace 5. And now Isaac does he want to get involved as well? Looks like he does. So 3 to a flop, 2 aces. An interesting 10-7 suited. If this hits, we're going to see Robert going to the rail in 5th. Break will be coming up in about 10-12 minutes time. How many will be left? 664. What a flop for Johnny. Johnny. Top set. Nothing Robert can do. He's all in with the ace 5. Johnny will just look to milk this from Isaac. Yeah, lovely small bet. 2 big blinds, 800k, a sixth of the pot.
I don't want heart table, so I have a 6 there. D7.
And we are about to see Robert departing. There's virtually drawing dead. In fact, I think he is drawing dead. Oh, could get a straight. He's now alive again. A 3 or an 8, and somehow he has survived. 5 is no good. And he does not survive. Shimon giving him a pat on the back as he returns from a short break. And we are down to 4 players.
Gratulerar. Ace 6, ace 5, 6, 6, 4 in flop, so I bet out.
What do you
Flop.
Ten.
Yeah.
I must call
Yeah.
to get out of my big blind.
Sorry.
Four-handed ace 8 starts to rise in value, as I'm sure Isaac, our Swedish player, knows. Makes the raise and gets it through.
This is how you like it?
Raise with the ace 2 from Isaac, but this time Shimon needs to consider this Queen Jack four-handed. Very different hand to the King Queen and things he folded earlier when we were on a full table. Let's see if he can adjust. He's adjusted somewhat, made a call. Is in position. No, sorry, he's not in position. But a pretty good flop for Queen Jack suited. He's hit the flush draw and the 2 overcards. Ace, just 1 overcard. I would have liked to have seen a bet there. We are going to see a bet on the turn, though. Not quite sure what Isaac's going to do with his ace 2. He'll certainly have to give some respect to Shimon here. There are 2 flush draws, so you may consider Shimon is playing for a spade flush draw here. And that is ace, could be good. It's quite a small bet. Shimon needs to hit a queen, jack, or a straight. Boom. Not no house. And I don't think Isaac will be able to call this one. Very small bet again. Shimon makes very interesting, likes to keep small ball poker alive. And in this case, it's a lovely size bet, really crying for the call. And takes down a nice pot, puts him back in the game. Johnny raising with the ace-7 suited. Shimon calling with the superior king-jack suited. No one has hit anything. Complete, but a gut shot for Isaac with the ace-7. Shimon with the best hand so far, but so far away. And again, no one has hit this. This will go to the aggressor, whoever makes the first move.
Fjälle.
Vad sa du?
Nej, det var inget. Ja, vi må ta disse gutta her også og havne her, så en ett. Da kan vi tenke på en deal også da.
Exakt.
Ja. Ja. Nå må ikke vi være for cocky her, så det lager meg litt. Så, men
lite
jeg
över.
håper på det.
Ja.
Er du tom?
Ja, jag ska... Service, please. One beer, please.
Four-handed, and this could be the last or the penultimate hand before we go to a break. People need to widen their range now. Four-handed, good example here. Isaac, ace-jack suited is a premium hand in the small blind, puts pressure on the big blind, who has, well, It's a good hand to call with Jack 8. Just happens to be massively under it against Ace Jack suited. But oh, he's made a move, and I think we're going to see a call. Going to get a count. Isaac will get a count, but I don't think you can fold Ace Jack suited four-handed. I wonder what if he knows that. I know that, but.
9,675,000.
He cannot fold this, surely. Ace Jack suited. And Ernst in real trouble with Jack 8 if he gets called. We'll need to see hearts or an 8 or some kind of straight. And the call is made. And I'm afraid Ernst is not going to be too happy with what he sees. And, and it is game over with three aces on the flop, literally drawing dead. Not quite sure what the 3% goes to. What, runner flush, I guess. Game over, and we lose Ernst, and I think we are going to our break now. I'm pretty sure it's going to be any second. Be a good time to do it.
Bra,
And we
Sverige.
will see you in 15 minutes' time, everyone, for the exciting finale. Three-handed, two Scandies, and an Israeli. Sounds like the beginning of a joke, but I'll have to work on that one. Are we not going into a break? What is happening? I get the wrong information.
Small, big blind alone.
It was a chance to take. Wow.
And I think
We have a lot of chips, so I think Jack, diamond.
I actually thought he would shove it because he think I would fold because he played tight, so I would think that.
Yeah. Wow. I think this is the only mistake that he did the whole tournament.
Yeah, yeah.
What a walk. Wow. I have pocket.
Ooh. I don't like pocket 3 after yesterday.
Like.
After yesterday. He destroyed me with pocket 3.
Kings.
I had kings and he had pocket 3.
But I should have taken more from him.
Yeah.
I checked on the last card because it was 10, 9, 8 and 3 diamonds there. So I was happy with
Wow.
11 million pot. So.
Nice. 1 million. Pass. And pass.
1,250,000 and pass.
Easy pick up there with the king queen for Johnny. Three-handed. The two Scandies with the suave Israeli in between. Could go anyway. Johnny more open, and the Israeli probably the more solid of the three. Isaac somewhere in between.
Raise 1,300,000. Call.
Raised by Johnny with a very solid looking ace-8 on the button. And fold there. However, Isaac has called with a king-7 offsuit.
Heads on.
I think the GTO book says it should be a call, especially three-handed. And he has spiked top pair. How's he going to play it?
Check. Bet 1.1.
He's giving Johnny some rope. Isaac. Is Isaac going to call? Is he going to make a play now? It looks like he's making the raise now. He's induced the bet. That's enough for him with top pair, and there's flush draw there. There's straight draws, and he gets it through. So nicely played by Isaac, and increases his stack.
Ja, det var fint.
Fin flop.
Looks good.
Not for me.
Can't always.
No.
Pass. Pass.
Hur mycket spelar du på nu?
Jag vet inte, jag har inte...
Pick pineapple again. Raise 1.2. Call. And call. 3 players. Check. Check. And check. Check. 1.5. Marciano.
Interesting pot brewing here. Up and down for Shimon.
Call.
And at the moment, neither other player has hit. It's Isaac leading with the Jack 10. Can Shimon hit? Well, he's hit his 7. Is that going to be enough to call a strong bet on the river? No, it's just a check. He's going to get it through. Shimon will take the pot down. Waiting to see his hand, but that's clever. Don't show your hand too early. And he takes down a very nice 7 million pot. Well played, sir.
1.3. Pass.
Welcome back, everyone. First hand, 9-7 suited, making a nice raise, but 7-4 suited, reasonable hand to take a position with. He's got to think about how he's going to move up the ladder. This kind of hand can be a significant one in the journey. Wow.
Check.
Shimon flopping second pair,
1.2.
going nowhere. Knows Johnny will bet. Got to feel fairly confident with his holding here. Just decides to flat call. I like it. Unless Johnny hits a gut shot draw or a 9 or a 7, and there's the gut shot. Sorry, there's the up and down. 9-7.
Check.
Shimon liking the small pot approach.
Check.
Johnny so far playing the big pot boss and has hit the 9. So pretty unlucky for Shimon there. Top pair for Johnny. Don't know if he's going to try and represent the straight. Very specific straight, 5-7. I think it's just unlucky for Shimon. Top pair now with the blocker for Johnny. He's going to try and extract some value. I like this. This is a very good poker. A lot of people miss value when they hit. Johnny absolutely looking to get value from it. It's a strong bet. Pot size bet. Could look bluffy. Shimon in a tricky spot. I think he's going to call it. And he's going to see that he should have maybe bet a bit stronger earlier. This is opportunity, I think, on the turn. Can still fold. A lot of hands have been made by that 9. Straights, ace 9, king 9 suited, 10-9 suited. Lot of ranges. Beat his 4th pair now. There's 3 overcards on the board. It really isn't in that good a shape.
And call.
Wow, still makes the call. And we'll see the bad news.
Red river.
Straight to open straight to on the turn there.
Yeah.
Bad river it was.
Very big hand, three-handed ace queen suited from Johnny, who's been raising with quite a wide range, and the other players will have picked that up, which is why Isaac's calling with 6-5 offsuit. Not a lot in it actually. 65-35. People think, oh, big ace must be winning. Hello. Gut shot and a pair. Isaac might just check call this. Yeah, nice. And also nice check behind by Johnny. Pretty good card for Isaac. Not receiving any kind of bet on the flop. He's going to follow through with his two pairs. And at the moment, his queen is not folding. Now both players looking at this. And there's the ace. Isaac probably going to check this. Yeah. 2 million, 2.5 million for value. Even smaller. I like this lovely size bet. 1.7, so enticing, so inviting. The flush is there, the ace is there, the over cards are there. 5 is looking very small now. Good at the flop, got worse and worse. Don't think Isaac really thinks his 5 is playing here. Well, he is a chip leader. He can afford to call. It's an 8 million pot. He'll call and get the bad news. Yep, there's a little sigh. And Johnny picks up a nice pot.
Nice hand.
Thank you. It was.
Always the real.
I think I was plus 3 with a big.
Ah, sorry. My bad. Still cool.
Big hand here for Johnny. Looking to raise off the big blind. Not usual, so normally does sign that you have a proper hand.
1.3.
Is Shimon going to get out of order because Johnny has been fairly aggressive so far? Or does he even respect the raise? He respects the raise. I think that's a sensible option.
In front.
Well played, both players.
Yeah.
King 3. So every king all in, yeah, but
Fortfarande brilla också nu.
He has glasses. I need to add glasses.
I'm the only one who.
I can take them off if you want.
No.
No.
If you want to.
I
Your
have
choice.
problems with lights.
yeah, it's little bit annoying. I can feel
To
it.
me, I have
But I have other problem because I can't see without this one. So
Studio is all input.
Come.
6 million.
Johnny getting the big hands at the right time. All in by Shimon with an ace-2, and he will call this with the ace-jack. Too strong to fold three-handed. And Shimon will get the bad news unless he hits a 2 or a straight of some kind.
you took them off now.
yeah, of course.
I think Isaac will get out the way after a bit of Hollywood. King 8 offsuit is not the hand to call three-way. May have called the original raise, but I think once he thinks it through, it's just not strong enough. King 9 suited, different decision.
How much was it?
6 million.
Not quite sure why he's thinking this song about it. But his choice, his money. Shimon is standing up for the extra 10%, but I don't think it's going to help in this particular case, especially if Isaac calls. He has hit a few kings on flops. I don't know whether he is weighing that up. Both players got aces. It makes this king a little bit stronger. Still not really the hand to put a sixth of your stack in. Let's let it play out. Shimon doubles up or goes home. Wow, I think he's calling. Really? I really is surprising this. How well does King 8 play against two players, one of whom's all in? I mean, you kind of have to hit both pairs to be confident once a flop's down. That's why I don't like the call, because even if you hit your king, you are really uncertain of where you are. It's not a good use of chips, but he has decided to use his chips. Big pot now, 19 million. All about the flop, Johnny or Isaac. King 8 against Ace Jack. What do we see? Nothing. Nothing much for either player. And still nothing. Ace Jack still winning. And unless Isaac turns a bluff.
Bye-bye.
And we say goodbye to third place finisher.
I don't think that's right.
Fought well to get up to third, I think.
Maybe not.
But,
Now we have two players heads up. We're probably going to go into a break so
Not because
they can at least discuss a deal at some point. One,
big pay jump. So
Johnny, my pre-tournament favourite. Double Isaac's hand. I didn't like the King 8 call there. I'm sure most of you will agree with that.
break igen eller?
It's just a little bit too risky. Billy Meyer, thanks for the excellent entertainment on a sleepy Monday. Well, I slept all day, so I'm feeling okay. But very kind of you. Good luck to the Viking, Johnny. Well, he's not just rode his luck, he's played very well.
På bakgrund av jetongen du har.
And we are now heads up, Sweden against Norway. Classic battle.
Räknar vi om lite eller?
Ja, og så spiller han om 10% og tittelen. Da klart 10% ut av de 59 000, som er 5,9K. Og så resten det blir fordelt etter hvor mye chips han har da.
Ja, men vi kikar och det så ut.
Ja, ja, det er greit for meg.
Ja.
Ja, og da kan vi snakke med han om det.
Har vi vannbreak?
Hæ?
Vannbreak?
Lidlo.
Takk der.
ICM.
behöver inga solglasögon längre känner jag faktiskt.
Mm.
Right. Another small line.
Welcome back to the final stages of the Slovak Poker Championship. Where heads up, it's Sweden against Norway. Classic race. Norway
Det har varit fin helg. Lite.
in the lead
Ja,
with the more aggressive poker.
nu vi kan prata svenska. Utan att folk är
Ja,
nervösa.
jag tror han vill att vi ska prata engelska.
Ja.
Men
Nu har vi inte börjat som du fan.
nej. När kom dere?
Förra måndagen. Detta var mitt första inköp.
So there we see Johnny, 75 big blinds, and Isaac, 40 big blinds. Significant difference at the moment.
Let it empty, top, and once we make a deal, it means we're going to cut the level for half. So I let you finish this level with 33 minutes, and all remaining levels will be 25 minutes.
Michelle, our tournament director, just giving them the information around any deals needing to keep 10% back
And then I tried to cut
from the 50 odd thousand left in the prize pool.
That's my first and it was half price first. Half price.
So at least you have some profit,
Ja.
even yeah.
And so I can announce we have got a deal. So it's been split. Johnny at the moment has 23,000 and
Good luck.
Lycka till.
Isaac has 21,000, and they are playing for 5,000, which is the remaining 10%. So they pretty well split the pot. Johnny, I think, being a bit generous there, giving Isaac fairly free rein to try and play aggressively to win this trophy and the extra 5,000. Raise with a Queen 7 and certainly be calling with Jack 10. One big hand and it could be over. No one has hit the flop here. Isaac in position and the original raiser, but just checks it through. Again, neither player winning. I'm not sure Isaac's going to feel the queen is good enough, so he may have to bet this. Got his hoodie off. Means business. And the bet gets through. Well played, sir. Queen 7 against 10-4, and it's Johnny that hits the top pair. Not a lot there for Isaac. Johnny will be betting this and probably get this through. 50% of the pot. Isaac going nowhere with this flop.
Det er gøy da, når vi kjemper så hardt i går, og så er vi,
Ja.
men vi har full kontroll i dag.
Ja, men idag spelar vi bra.
Ja.
Det tycker jag. Det var väl där kungåttan kanske jag skulle lagt nu på slutet. Men...
Very evenly matched hands here. It's Johnny that's making the move, though. Raised to 2.8. Snap call by Isaac. Picking up something here. Wow. Queen 4-10. Massive pot for Isaac with a Queen 4. He's going to get called by Johnny with the Queen. This could end up being quite a big pot. So far, I love this. Isaac letting Johnny do the work. 6 million already. He'll be betting at least 50% from that. This is a well-timed coup for Isaac to get back in the game and maybe level off the stacks. Split screen here between Isaac and Johnny. Very nice work, Spade Poker TV. Like to see a split screen. A 6 for Johnny will not help him at all. Even the 3 won't help now. He needs to actually get a 10 to be able to split the pot. Or a 6 for that matter. 10 or a 6 to split the pot. Johnny's still playing at this. Look at this. He's betting at top pair. He thinks he's good, and that's understandable. Heads up. How is Isaac going to play this? Is it time for him to pull the trigger and make a big raise? I think it is. But he may only call. Got to look like he's not sure. Just calling. This is lovely play. Really has disguised the strength of his hand. And that's a killer card for Johnny. He's got 2 pairs, but he is behind. Now, if Isaac can check here, Johnny will bet for sure. Or even an all-in will probably get a call. Johnny looking to maximize his, but he has to think he's ahead. This is lovely play by the Swede. All in and a call and a double up for Isaac. Johnny puts down what he thinks is a winning hand. Isaac trumping him with Queen 4. And look at the reaction. There's no other reaction to be made there. 100% thought he was ahead. And massive double up there for Isaac. And he zooms into the lead now. More than double, nearly treble. What a great hand that was.
Det var ingen bra ribba för dig.
Hæ?
15 million.
Ja.
Det var ingen rolig ribba kvar.
Och jag tänkte att, vad fan, jag vinner på den här. Alltså. Jag vinner på 3.
Jag fattar det och jag tänkte, har du slutat och, jag vet inte, konstigt gått med på att ha hittat någon stege där, men det är omöjligt. Så, ja. Jag trodde faktiskt inte du hade damen. Alltså, det kändes, nej.
Ja,
Det känns som det är så lite chans att du också ska sitta på damen där. Det är liten chans. Så jag måste ta.
Jag trodde jag vann på river där. Det var jag ganska säker på.
Ja, det var skönt att det var lågt. Att det inte var...
Heads up, a very different game from playing a full or even a short table. It's mano a mano. It's a game of bluff. It's a game of playing tough. Often not down to the hands, as we can see with a 10-3 raise And the king 2 call, and the 3 has hit the bottom pair. King 2 leading out on a board he has nothing to do with. And the 4 is not going to help in any way. And a king spikes the river. Perfect for Johnny. He's bet all the way. And Isaac's going to feel his 3 is winning. And he's going to find out it isn't. I think that was a snap call. And Johnny picks up a very nice 4.5 million pot. And just starts to level it up a little bit. Still well behind the Swede.
Thank you.
Raise. 1.8.
Isaac raising with the Queen 7. This is the kind of hand you need to be putting pressure on the smaller stack. Again, chances of him having better hand is quite small. Queen 7, of course, the computer hand, the average hand in poker.
Ace. 1.3. Call.
Wow, what a flop. Ace, ace, jack. King playing at the moment. Very hard for the 9-4 to do anything on this board.
Bet. 1.3.
Bet by Johnny, and that takes it through.
Interesting flop.
Yeah.
Excuse me? Yeah, beer please.
Nå har jeg det samme som du startet på. 24 millioner.
Du skulle gjort det ille nu.
Bare 2000 euro.
Ja.
Raise. 1.2. Call. Check.
Battle of the big hands, 5-3 against 7-3. And it's Isaac that is in the lead at the moment. And Johnny can do nothing with 2 undercards.
Vi får nesten en fjerdedel av alle prispengene i hele turneringen.
Ja, det är ändå bra.
Ja, men det är det.
Faktiskt. Thank you very much. Skål.
Skål där.
Pass. Så jag har haft samma hand 3 gånger. Sen vi började hälsa.
Det har ikke vært mye her, altså. Det blir andreplass den gangen her også, altså.
Så det är inte slut.
Back to back, second place.
Var kom du andra någonstans? Var har du kommit på andra plats här?
Her for 3 veckor sedan.
Alltså, vad var det för turnering?
Ja, det var deal på 32 000.
Nice raising hand on the button here. Jack 9 suited. Here comes Isaac. Isaac Nilsson, my nephew Svante. Svante Nilsson from Sweden, and will be here for the Swedish Masters in next month in August. So maybe I should be supporting Mr. Nilsson. Not a bad flop for Jack 9 suited. Backdoor flush and second pair against Johnny's ace 2.
1.8. Call. Check. Bet. 1.8. Pass.
Har du det? 2 bare. Ja, SR. Måtte forfølge floppen i hvert fall.
Så klar.
Another.
Är det Big Man? Här blir först.
Det är du som är först.
Nej, jag vet inte.
Eller jag var frågade.
Är det Small Man eller Big Man som får kort först? Jag vet inte.
Nej,
Ja, det är Big.
Nu vet jag inte helt exakt.
Okej.
A7 suited, pretty strong heads up.
Det måste det vara.
Ja.
Så länge de gör samma hela tiden så.
Ja, det är det viktigaste.
Ja.
Nej, det blir nog så tungt ut det här nu.
Nine six now for Isaac. Not shy of making the raise. And Johnny not able to call with a 9-5. Fair enough.
Kan inte du ha en öl?
Nice hand for Johnny on the button. Ace-8 offsuit.
All in.
Raise
And
all.
I think we're going to see a defense here. Ace-4. Looks like an all-in. Pretty sure Johnny is going to have to call with Ace-8. Be strange if he doesn't. Can't fold Ace-8 heads up. But he is the one at risk.
So showdown, please.
I'm pretty sure he's going to double up here. Could be, there are split pot possibilities, and Isaac ruining the fact that he had a very raisable hand in the big blind with Ace-4. This will make them pretty even. The 4 has hit, though, with the nut flush draw.
And outs again here.
How is Johnny going to get out of this one? This only an 8. Possibly a split pot now. This is interesting. A 5. An ace. An ace would give him the... An 8. Wow! He's hit his 8. He didn't have many outs then. Couldn't hit an 8 of clubs. Couldn't hit a 5 of clubs. And has doubled up against the Swede. We have a real heads-up battle here.
Kunde kommit ett server till.
So 10, 15, 16, 8. Yeah. 16, 8.
Yeah.
Ako? Nie. Neboli myslím, nevím.
Var det
16, 8.
Den är.
There's 10, right?
This 10. Yeah.
So we now see absolutely level. This could go either way. Both players playing good poker. Johnny the more aggressive. Isaac the more considered. But it's just going to be one hand. Could be end up on a kicker the way these two players are playing. Neither afraid of each other. Both looking to take advantage.
Med flushdraget. Träffa.
Ja, det är 2 av. Nej, du tjock på 5an också.
Ja. Ettar turnet. Så.
Ja, 8orna var med mig igår, men inte idag. Vad har du nu där? 30 också ungefär, eller?
Ja, nu är vi...
Exakt
34, nu är vi lika. Ja, nu är vi lika.
Ja, 10, 20, 30, 32, 34. Ja.
Raising hand on the button, Queen 7 suited. Isaac not taking a back step. Johnny defending with 9-4 of the same suit. Does not want to see clubs coming. Well, something for everyone. 9, third pair for Johnny and top pair for Isaac. I think we'll see a check and a call. Johnny going nowhere yet. Not favoured either player, that one. 3 diamonds straight there. Tricky spot. Probably going to be check. Yeah. And again, not a good card for either player.
Check. Showdown, please. 9. There's a queen.
vad är det?
Allt blir bara värre.
Ja, exakt. Det var 8 där och kungen där. Ja, kungen är redan klart då.
And there is the Banco Masters banner coming up, 45th series, along with the PLO Masters, which just happens to be my mastermind. In September, 22nd of September till the 28th. Fantastic series, lots of PLO tournaments to play, including a 20k guaranteed main event alongside the Banco Masters. Amazing value, no limit hold'em main event. Great week for everyone here at Banco.
Raise 1.4.
Ace 2 against A6, both pretty good hands, heads up. And that's a lovely flop for the A6. Thing is, at the most likely hand is going to be a split pot.
1.5.
That's why you see 50% each. Any high card and it's split. This could, of course, go to the aggressor or to the stronger player rather than a split pot. That's just the odds in terms of the cards dealt. Let's see what we get on the turn, and that is literally a split pot. But either player could win this. And it's Johnny that's the aggressor. Isaac not too keen on folding his top pair. But his two kickers not going to be looking too healthy. It's coming along for the ride. Almost put that in blind. A 6 or a 2 would change things. A 2! Wow, what a card on the river. He'll check call. Oh, Johnny, so unlucky there. To lose to 2 pairs. That was the only card that would
Now it was my turn.
give Isaac the hand and takes down a very nice pot.
But that would be top.
Small. Raise 1.8. Raise 5.6.
Nice hand there for Johnny with the ace king. Takes it down. Pair of queens for Johnny. Slightly hidden. Picks up another pot, just gradually coming back. And I need a big hand for both players, for Johnny to double up or for Isaac to win. Haven't had that big clash since the, well, wasn't even that big a clash, but the ace-6 against the ace-2. Nice small pair, heads up, pretty powerful. We'll see a raise.
Raise 2.3.
Quite a big raise.
Go.
And ace-4 just peeling. Already 5 million in the pot. There's the ace, but there's the set of fives. This could be absolute chaos for neither player bet. Oh, that is interesting. Up and down for Johnny with the top pair. Set of fives for Isaac. I think needs to make the raise now. It's a dangerous board. There's 2 flushes. There's straights. He's got the set, but he really needs to maximize return. I'd like to see possibly a push. Could even take it down if he pushes. Certainly needs to raise. And how's Johnny going to play? May just call. He's been fairly conservative on these kind of hands. Hasn't gone completely mad with them. He knows he's in a bit of a tricky spot despite his very strong holding. He's got the nut diamond without the draw. Up and down with the top pair. I think just a call makes the most sense in this position. It's a tricky spot, you know. What's he being bet with, raised with? That's a lovely hand. Unfortunately for him, the 3 aces is losing to the full house of Isaac. How is he going to play it? This should be all over because I can't see Johnny folding.
Bet all in.
I think he's shoved. Johnny, what are you going to do now? You've got tops, 3 of a kind, 3 aces, but there's a straight there. There's a couple of possible houses. Are you going to fold this? What's a play if you fold it? He's absolutely considering this and the bet by Isaac. Wow. Not sure why he wants to count because he's covered. Doesn't make any difference how many more chips than 19 million. Oh, and he calls and it's all over. It is all over. The full house is shown by Isaac. And the Swede wins. It's Sweden 1, Norway 0. Similar to the England-Norway score the other night. Well played, both players. Great final. The 2 Scandies rose to the top, the cream of the crop. And we will be back very soon. I think our next one is, don't know what the next one is actually, in terms of my work. But thank you to Spade Poker TV and Banco Casino. What a fabulous final we've had. Well played, Isaac. He picks up 26,000, I think it is, which is a substantial return. I wish you all good night. Have a lovely rest of Monday evening. And see you at Banco Casino tomorrow night for those that are coming in. My name is JJ Hazan. Good night all.
Nej, jag vill lägga upp alla här först. Ta en bild. Ska man köra med brillorna?
Ja, klart. Du kan köra så. Det är de. Daniel kommer använda.
Rana smetana.
We move it here
Yeah,
because I'm just.
yeah.
We have a time. It's okay. I'll prepare you for you.
You want to build something?
Yeah,
you
of
can
course.
fix.
Yeah.
You,
Sure.
it's better. I think you're faster than me.
Či chceš sa pri toho podľať? Idem. Že ty si, že lebo... Ináč on je oné, že no, čo nemám modelálne, či není? Není on?
Nechce sa mi to
Či nechcete takové?
Už som starý na
Už si dal vlajčky, ale starý, nie?
to už. Vieš, to robíš tak prvých 100 krát
Hej,
a potom už kedy.
dobre, okej.
Potom už to upadne.
Tu mám výherné peťky, neviem, či bude chcieť, alebo či bude si niečo.